Hey there, wonderful listeners. It's Pauline here, and I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to the Pauline Chilton Show. Whether you've been with us from the beginning or you're a new listener, thank you for listening. On this show, we dive into real estate, lifestyle, and personal and professional growth, bringing you valuable content and insights. In today's episode, we have a special guest, Dr. Alan Stern, founder of Better, Richer, Stronger, where they help you attain prosperity, happiness, and more. His career in dentistry spanned over 4 decades, and I'm excited to hear how you did it, how you evolved, and how you have gotten to a place of redefining prosperity. Dr. Stern, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pauline, it's absolutely a pleasure. I got to tell you, when you tell me over 4 decades, it's absolutely mind-boggling to me that I had a career that long in dentistry. And you know what? At this point in my life, I'm just getting started with a totally new mission. So here we are. I redefined prosperity, and I'm ready to tell you my story.
Amazing. Let's hear it. Let's get started with how you got started in dentistry. What was your specialty? How did you navigate through that career? And yeah, just tell us about that.
All right. My story is like any other story. It's not a storybook. One, I have a book of Alanisms. One of them says, show me a person whose life is a perfect storybook and I'll show you a liar. My career in dentistry got started when I got rejected by 23 medical schools. My career in dentistry started when I had to drop out of college 4 months before graduation because of an illness in the family. My career got started because I languished for a few years working in a retail store until my dentist, my best friend's father, Dr. Bob, basically verbally smacked me in the head and said, you didn't get into medical school, get over it. Take a look at what I'm doing. I love dentistry. I said, Dr. Bob, I don't want to stick my hands in people's mouths all day long. He said, come on, Alan, come down. I'll show you. It's a great thing to do. And I shadowed Dr. Bob for a while, and I really shared his enjoyment. I saw it through his eyes. And Dr. Bob was a beloved community guy. His name was Bob Ladenheim, just recently passed away at the age of 98, I think. But they called him Bob. Back in the day, in the 60s or in the 70s, you never called a doctor by their first name. But Bob was Bob Ladenheim, community guy. And I fell in love with it. Took me 2 years to get into dental school. Graduated with a very poor self-esteem because dental education is very difficult. It's a frontal assault on your self-esteem, and I was just susceptible. Plotted through my career, made a ton of business and financial mistakes. And what little I know about real estate, it is peaks and valleys. And the peaks are high and the valleys could be very low.
That's so true.
Yeah, so any real estate person listening to this, please understand that even the perceived high and mighty doctor has highs and lows. And my career resurged when I hit rock bottom, when through a series of terrible business blunders, really stupid things. What was I thinking? I wound up having to sell my house under duress. And boy, realtors had to talk me off the ledge multiple times doing that. And when I downsized and money became a non-issue in my life, all of a sudden I discovered my why. I discovered my true purpose in life. And here I am at age 71, proudly declaring that I'm just getting started. I earned enough money and saved enough money after my rock bottom to retire from clinical dentistry. I have enough, but I want more. I want impact. I want influence. I want to help people who think they've made irreversible errors and think they can't do it. Because you can. You
That's
really
amazing.
can.
And that's what people need to hear, right? They need to hear about how failure is not the end. And it's only a way for you to regroup, rethink things, restructure things, organize your life, and then pick up and keep going, right?
Yeah. Look, Polly, there is no such thing as failure unless you want it to be. There's succeeding and there's learning. One of my Alanisms, do not allow your challenges to define you. Let them refine you. I did not hit the clinical mastery that I sought, that peak of perfection. And boy, did I get down hard over that. Until I learned that all it is just, I got to be me within my profession. I found my niche. I found my market. I found the things in my profession that I liked to do, and I did them. If you can somehow eliminate the pressure, if you could substitute I want to for I need to, I want to for I must, the world will open up to you. And if you are at that point in your career or in your life where you think you can't go on, open your eyes. Open your eyes, because the universe will show you a solution. You just got to find it. And Pauline, may I add one other thing in this very troubled world we live in?
Sure,
In
go ahead.
2025, dentistry has the 2.5 times greater incidence of depression than the general population. It has a much higher rate of suicide than the general population. And the suicide in the general population is bad enough. How do I know this? Because I gave a talk on it to some of the most overachieving dentists in the world. 4 out of 150 of them came up to me and my partner and thanked us. So if you are that down, get help. I work out a lot. My daughter was a 2-time All-American college athlete. We got injured. What did we do? We went to physical therapists to fix our injuries. A mental therapist is there to help you heal your mental or emotional injuries. There is no shame in it. So get the help. Get the help. Because damn, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for a world-renowned therapist that I stumbled into back in the 90s.
Wow.
Please, no shame in needing help. My life is great. I'm married for 47 and a half years. I have 2 great kids, one 15-month-old grandson, and a circle of friends, and a beautiful home right up the road from you in Ocala, Florida. I'm good, but I'm not without problems. But when you discuss these things with trusted others, don't throw it out randomly on social media, because that's not going to do you any good. Throw it out there to your closest friends. One of my dearest friends is an award-winning psychologist. He's a school psychologist and works mostly with depressed teenagers. And I was talking to my friend Tony about this, and he said, there's a guy in your area named Arnold Lazarus. If you could get him, mention my name, you're golden. And I found Dr. Arnold Lazarus in Princeton, New Jersey, near where I was living. And sadly, Arnold passed away a number of years ago. He can't see. Maybe he can. Hopefully he can from wherever he might be. But I wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for Dr. Lazarus' intervention and his brilliant guidance for me. So open up your issues to the right people. The universe has a solution for you.
There are times when people really start to feel like there's too much pressure and it becomes overwhelming, even just to perform as a spouse, as a parent, as a professional, and balancing all of those things. So, how did you find balance in your life?
Pauline, one of the things that I've lived by, and dentistry is a very hard career. I don't know about careers in real estate. I've worked with many realtors. I'm very good friends with realtors. And I know you guys, you work hard. You devote hours and hours, and many of them don't result in a material reward. Balance is a verb. Life is a process of constant adjustment, just like driving a car. When we're driving a car, we make little corrections to the steering wheel every couple of seconds to adjust our position in the lane. Same thing here. You all have periods of real intense busyness and probably not enough time, or you think not enough time, to devote your family or to the things you like to do leisurely. So here's a couple of things. Number one, remember why you went into real estate. And please don't tell me it's just about money. Please don't tell me that. Because realtors have a very special way of analyzing a person, connecting with a person, understanding what makes them tick in order to find them the perfect home, the perfect life situation, or the best possible. So understand why you went in. Understand also that it's about people. Real estate people they don't cater to objects. You're not selling a piece of property to an object. You're selling it to or from a human being with real needs and wants. The joy there is getting to know those people and really connecting with them. That's true joy. Everything else, the material reward follows that. So understand, number one, that as you're struggling to balance your life, that when you're working real hard, you're working with real, fragile human beings who are trusting you to find them a solution to the biggest financial investment they'll ever make and the biggest risk they'll ever take. So you are almost a life coach to people, whether you realize it or not. Number two, practice gratitude every single day, because I don't care if you're a beginning real estate person who hasn't made a sale in the 10 months you've been working at Pauline Chilton, or whether you've sold a zillion billion houses and you're a member of this kind of Hall of Fame and Circle of Excellence and all those other rewards and awards that you guys look for. Every single one of you has at least 3 reasons to be grateful for every single day. So what I tell people as they struggle is, number one, every time your head hits that pillow, I want you to think of 3 things you're grateful for. I do this every night. If you want, you could write them down in a daily journal. Number 2, as you struggle to balance, as you practice your gratitude, what I'd like you to do is take a daily calendar or a weekly calendar, and carve out a little bit of time each week for something other than work. Life is a balance of work, play, love, and worship. Worship could be religion, and it doesn't have to be religion. Worship could be being out in nature. I am Jewish, and I practice my Judaism. It's very important to me. But sometimes I'll just take a simple walk outside and look at the blue, clear, amazing Florida sky. And man, I just stand in awe and admiration of that.
Mhm.
That could be worship. But carve out a little bit of time for play, whether it's doing something stupid with your spouse or partner, or engaging in sports, or some leisure activity. Love, call somebody, reach out to somebody. Just carve out, even if it's just a couple of hours a week, if you are really struggling to make a living, carve that out. Take time out, take a breath. Go to church, go to synagogue, go to mosque, go to whatever service, and keep your damn cell phone out of your house of worship. Disconnect and be for a while.
That's really great.
That's
Please
very
give the information on how to reach you.
The best way to reach me is Alan, ALAN, at betterricherstronger.com. I fell down. I hit rock bottom. I suffered from comparison syndrome, Pauline. I saw every other dentist out there who was making a zillion, jillion dollars, and they had an office that was 1,000 times bigger than mine, and their car ran out of gas. They had to throw it away. Their wife has a 12-carat diamond ring that's not big enough. Stop comparing. And so I did that, and I am better, richer, and stronger than I ever was. I'm not the best anything. I'm not the richest anything. I'm not the strongest anything. But damn, I'm better, richer, and stronger every single day. So Alan at betterricherstronger.com.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Allen. And I'm so glad that we had a chance to do this today and hope to see you again soon.
Pauline, I do hope so. And if I've had even the slightest impact on one real estate professional out there, mission accomplished.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pauline.
Have a good one.
And you too.